welcome to LMA Trading's pre-market prep. Hey, last night we did the our futures on Sunday night, and all the indices were down and looking to be moving down. And then for the most part, that has remained true for the most part. And but the markets are a little bit mixed, and they are trading rather tight here this morning. So right now the Dow is down about 62 points here this morning, and again, you know, it's pulled back here. So so that's kind of what's going on here. But before we really get into this here, just some quick housekeeping. Just as usual, I have to give the disclaimers that this is by no means any type of financial advice. I am not a financial advisor or a licensed investment representative. You trades, trading stocks have risk. Trading options has risk, and stocks or options may not be suited for everyone. I suggest you do your own due diligence, trade your own money, and lose your own money. And with the risks that are inherent, size in accordingly. And these videos are strictly for my own personal education and for my own personal review as part of my trade journal and my daily trade journey. So I can go back and review from time to time what I'm seeing. So when things don't kind of play out right, I can, go back and look at those. And of course, the YouTube is a great place to store those videos. So with that being said, I just like to, as an over 60 trader, as an older trader, very risk adverse. And I think there's a lot of like-minded people, hence LMA. Like-minded adults out there that are interested in learning a little bit more about technical analysis and what I see as a trader, and trying to pull out as much profit as I possibly can out of the markets, and especially now with the markets being so choppy and everything. So with that being said, let's get back into this. As you can see, the Dow's pretty much still holding its long-term trend. Let's back out of this here. It's holding above the 50 right here. It seems to react. It drops, it hits the 50, which is our kind of red and orange dotted line right here, hits the 50 and then pulls it and bounces, hits the 20 and bounces. But when we have a sharper pullback, we will pull back through the 21 and typically has gone back and hit the 50. So with that being said, that's what I'd like to see happen here with these indices. I'd like to see this. This isn't a daily squeeze. We've been in a squeeze for a couple weeks now. So this is really starting to shape up pretty nice. But, we have been kind of overextended according to the MACD. RSI is trending upwards close to, we've been staying above the 50 line. So that is confirming our uptrend. The ADX is showing neutral, but we have stacked EMAs and everything else is looking very positive. Our ticks on the Dow, is not applicable, but, our VIX has popped a little bit here, which we'll get into that here in just a minute. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq here. That's the one that's looking a little different. It's actually up 6.75, but not up a lot. It's been red and it's been green off and on. So we are holding that as right now. We're holding that level here, but we're not sure. It's at the 1 ATR. I'd like to see this pullback a little bit more, have another pullback through today. The FANG stocks are not what's holding these up. The semiconductors is an area that is holding up the Nasdaq right now, but hence it's it is pre-market. So once we get into the cash session, we may see this change. It may run, it may pull back. So I would I'm going to kind of sit on my hands here this morning and not make any moves first thing in the morning. with anything I'm looking at. I shared a few things in my Sunday Night Futures week review and week ahead video last night. As far as a few, I've got others that I'm looking at, but that's kind of what we've got going on here. Let's take a look at the Russell. Let's see, RTY. Oh, come on, work with me, computer. And now let's take a look at, we've got the Russell here. And what we've got going on is, let's see, this is the one that's, I think we are, we're really neutral, trading in an extremely tight zone since February. Down below the -1 ATR to 2 ATR, up to +1 ATR. It's hit +2 ATR, and then right back down. So no real confirmed uptrend. We are below the 50 and just above the 21. We had a couple closes here above the 21. It's only it's negative by 0.9, not even by there it is. It's negative by just one tick, but or 1 point. So it's really not sure what it's going to do here today. Like to see this. It's above the 50 and but below, just a hair below the 100. It's closing in on the 200, but again, we're playing this here. We've got put calls on this here for not put calls. We have call debit spread on this for expiration on Friday. So we'll see if we can hold and stay below. I believe it's the 2260 is the strike that we sold. So that's what we would like to see. Again, starting to show a little bit of upward strength. We got some upward momentum and some volume coming in, indicated by our squeeze and also our MACD. But our exponential lines here are below the histogram, so this could stay negative here. Our RSI is also showing that we are pretty much in a downtrend, and so kind of confirming that there. So there's where we got there. Let's take a quick gander at the VIX here before we jump into the S&P. So when we look at the VIX, here we are on the VIX on the daily, and the VIX, let me zoom in. As you can see, we've been in a pretty nice downtrend with decreasing volatility and holding these lines down here. So we've been, so there's not a lot of volatility in this market. We'd really like to see some volatility begin to creep in. Let's go to, we're sitting here today. We've gapped down, but we're sitting at 17. We closed down here at 16, just above 16 on Friday, like 16, 17. So we're up about 1 point on the VIX. We are showing on the TTM squeeze histogram some downward momentum. The we are below the 50 line on the RSI. Let me slide some of these other indicators up here. And we are, as you can see here, so we may hit the 50 and bounce back. We've got decreasing momentum on the MACD. So everything's kind of confirming the downtrend. The ADX is showing green. So but again, it's showing green with a 28. So that, is showing a confirmation on an uptrend. So there could be a reversal. So this might be something to be cautious about, as volatility may be creeping in to the markets. And so we may be seeing a little more pressure and might see a larger or a pullback coming here soon. The question is, we just don't know when. And that is kind of part of the problem with this market here. Let's take a look at the S&P, and we will begin to wrap this pre-market prep up. The S&P also is a little negative, but that would, go and coincide with the VIX. The VIX is the fear index for the S&P. So again, stacked EMAs are very, very, very bullish, as is the Nasdaq and the Dow. So these, increasing momentum. I don't, I really don't. I just feel that these downturns aren't necessarily going to hold. We may have today, just might be a reflection day. It might be a day to just to sit back and take your time. I had to get a sip of coffee. Sorry about that. And so just might be something where we need to just sit back and watch the market, especially maybe the first half hour to an hour, just let things kind of begin to shake out. And that's kind of what I see here in the pre-market. Market's open here in about 15 minutes. So we should start seeing a lot more action. And so I'm going to just sit back on the side. I'm not going to make any preemptive moves, and we're going to see what this market is going to deliver us. So with that being said, guys, have happy trading today. Just keep it safe, trade your own money, win your own money, lose your own money, do your own due diligence, and make sure that you hit that subscribe button. Join us every day as we do these pre-market preps. So with that being said, you guys are awesome. Keep up the great work out there, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.